played 3 and not 2. I'm letting it run live because people get into the channel. What's up, y'all? TheCzarr rights reserved when y'all come through. I know a lot of people work. I usually upload on this. It's good. Let me pull up this thing. First time going live. Visible. What's up? Just join in here. Everybody can ask questions. You know, seeing the very starts of it. First time doing it. Just seeing how it works. I'm not bragging on it, nothing big. Everybody try and brag about this live stuff. I'm not bragging about it. It is what it is, and everyone can ask questions. Let me just make sure everything's good with it. Let me hit the channel real quick. You already know how I rock. Guys, I got the hats coming soon. That's the goal. Get the hats going. I got mad creators and people working with me to help this stuff come through. So you already know what it is. Come through and support the channel. I also have some other things in the work. Just going to lag behind a little bit. You know, I'm going to hit it up with the whatchamacallit. Got things going. My thing's lagging. Hey, what's up, B baby? How you doing? Nice to see you. I already dropped the video. I plan to drop one a little bit later. It's going to be different information. I got some more information for y'all. Part of that new information that I have, you guys are going to enjoy. I actually got back in touch with one of the sources. The sources was a little upset with me. You know, I work. They own their business, so they were mad because I couldn't supply the time. And I was like, you own a business. I'm at work. I was like, I don't understand why they're mad. So I had to figure out what's going on so we get on the same page. Thank you, Pig of Death. I respect that. You're the realest. You're the one of the realest commenters. I appreciate that. Let's see if we get Cleo or one of them to actually show up in this live. That's actually why I turned this on. They're probably not going to do it now that I said it, but we'll see. We'll see. That's how it works. They're actually acting like they don't want to do it. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. You guys can ask anything. I'll answer your question live here. Hey, what's good, T-Money? You can say anything. I'll answer your question here. I don't have an issue with that. You guys asked me something in detail. Yes, I released the video with the confidential informant. You see, a lot of different YouTubers are hitting it a very scary way. They're saying he's already done different things, but I see the methods that the feds are using to get them to think and act a certain way. That's why I deliver how I do, because I'm just dodging that. Yep, hashtag commenter nation. South the young surf angler, commenter nation. He had no issue with going live with you guys. I usually upload the videos and stuff because I work. It's a long day, just like anybody else's day. I'm here with my homeboy John Smith. Even though their name's generic, there's nothing generic about him. Give respect to him. That's my homie, man. We grew up together and things. That's why I told everybody to hold their comments when there's the Jew comments, when the people come in and say things about a Jewish guy. Listen, Jewish lawyers are the best. You're not going to find a better lawyer. So don't hate. Don't hate it. It's just the craft. It's just the art. Debates and stuff, you're probably not going to beat a Jewish guy in the debate. Just being real. I appreciate y'all. Y'all can ask any questions y'all need to. I know that there was some people that went to ask me something. You know, we're just sitting here gaming. It's nothing even live, nothing crazy. I'm not sitting here with a green screen behind me like, you know, the other YouTubers like, oh, on today's news. Like, I'm not doing all that. I actually show myself. That's the difference between me YouTubing. They got to show someone else's picture rolling through for them to get respect. I don't operate that way. I'm a little different. I don't do what these guys do. And that's why, like, I respect you guys, because I'm not going to operate that way. I'm not going to move that way. I want you to have visibility with me the same way I have visibility with some of you guys when I speak to you behind the scenes. Hey, what's up, Chi-Town's finest? How you doing? We're sitting here actually watching Persona 5. I plan to have a gaming channel in the future. My friend already downloaded and uploaded some dope videos. What's the YouTube that you have with the video you uploaded? I'll put it on there. Okay. That's one of the things that I plan to get ready. I have to choose a bunch of games that I have to put together. It's gonna be an assortment. You guys are with your kids, you'll be able to play too. I see it here. It's dubbing. My quality is gonna get better. Hey, what's up? I see the way it's sitting. Do I think 6ix9ine is gonna serve serious time? My answer would be it's potentially. It's potential. The reason I say it's up for grabs now is because we don't have any knowledge of what that information is that these guys are talking about. So they say that they have an informant level information. That could be anything. That's just me being. It could be something that's going to rock him out his socks. He could have been sitting there having a conversation. It could not only be they're discussing a setup about him, but him doing a setup to someone else. Now, the only thing that's questionable is that Tato situation. I don't know why they would let someone else bring that up. I think that is far out base. And in order to prove that part, they're going to have to bring up the stuff that was said on the part of Tato and a lot of other people in order for it to count for anything. So you can't just have a situation where you're saying that he said that, he did this, but then cover for this person when he said something else that's blatantly like, I want to off someone. There's a difference. And I don't think people are realizing that true difference. Like, there's one thing if you're speculating, I said something, but it's another if you blatantly said something and he blatantly said something. Yeah, I had a little cold. And you know, I was dealing with it. I'm not a person that gets sick very soon. But I am feeling better. Thank you, Chi-Town. As far as main sources, Pig of Death, I don't trust every source. The only sources I use have to be a person that is transparent that I can track things back to, if that makes any sense. I have to be able to hear you and see you. The only thing is sometimes it turns out that emotion drives that source to come at me, and it'd be over simple things, like things that I can't control, like what one of you guys may think or say to them. Then they're like, oh, well, your guy said this. Then they'll get into me. I can't control that, but they'll try and say something real smart and disrespectful about me. But potentially, I don't have no issue with it. I don't have an issue with you. You just feel that way, and I understand why you feel that way. But let's understand why they said that. You get what I'm saying? That's why I stay objective. I'm not trying to take someone's views. Even if someone said, oh, I hate your guts, Czarr, I'm not using that as any lenient, like, oh, look at them saying they hate my guts, but then they're liking this person, and now he's in this. I'm not even throwing stuff in people's face. It is what it is. I deliver how I deliver it. I have no issue with any of you guys, nor do I have issues with what you think. I don't hold it against you. I don't even disrespect what you may like or what you think. I'll never hold that against you. I respect everybody's opinion. Hey, Nias. Right, hearsay, right, you're correct. Hearsay won't hold up in court. Hearsay will not hold up in court, and that is why I do things this way. Some people don't like that I stay objective. They want me to officially run with something. And you know, I'm not dropping someone specifically. That's not how I move. And if you see me looking here, I'm just doubling down with what you guys say, because it appears off the screen here. Again, this is my first time going live, getting used to this. But the reason you know, I don't really jock that is because it is hearsay. At the same time, the hearsay part is what they're interpreting him to have said. That's the thing with 6ix9ine. A 30 pack could be anything. We hear them in Chicago slang, they say smoking on packs. He could have been talking about I got that 30 pack. He could have said he got a 30 bag. Like, he could have been saying anything, but they're diverting it because they're talking about the logic around the situation. But how can you take slang and make logic out of it if you don't understand the slang? You get what I'm saying? But when somebody says, blank, 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 you That's direct. That's me saying I'm going to do something to you. And then he has the right to defend himself, right? So he could have felt some type of way because he thought he was in danger. But that's the danger with the way things are working and moving with Shoddy and them. Because they're, listen, his management was deep. He had a lot of people. Let me just say this, a lot of well-known people before he was well-known. I'm gonna just put that out there that I knew about. So that's why it's a little throw up. It's a toss up. You know what I mean? They're talking about, oh, this person's like that, this like that. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, it's the evidence again, but they're saying they got a confidential informant. Again, let me reiterate. Remember when we talked about the type of evidence, circumstantial and direct? Circumstantial evidence would be me taking like fingerprints and stuff and then saying these fingerprints are the same as on this gun, so this person held the gun and shot it. Well, direct evidence is a little more dangerous because that's when we're talking about people. And when we're talking about people, that gets to a new level because you have somebody that was there and heard you say it, that's willing to sit on the stand and say you said it. And here's what makes that even more dangerous, because if he had a wire on him, then he heard what you said on the spot. So that doubles down what he's saying. So then it's like two people can confirm it, one being the agent themselves and one the person that was sitting there. So, you know, that stuff is time and dated. Recordings, audio. That's why I don't record people. Like if I ever had a conversation, I never recorded it. We were talking business and different things. I don't play with that, because when people play with that, it's like you're getting involved in something else. What are you really recording for? What are you trying to be a part of? That's when I question character. Like, you're recording this and that. Wiretaps is not a joke, right? It's not a joke. It's not a game, because that's used to indict many people. That has been substantially important / critical evidence in indicting a lot of people. Wiretaps. If they couldn't get nothing else, they said, well, we have them on audio saying this. All I got to do is test the vocals. Test your voice to this voice, matches up, boom, got you. That's as simple as it works. That's why people don't realize the confidential informant. Now that changes the game a little bit. You can say he snitch, he snitch, he snitch. It don't even have to be all that. It could be that the wiretap happened. Did he say this? And the phone wiring, right, Chi-Town? The phone wiring was claimed to have been as far back as 2013. 2013. If they got phone wiring and all that type of stuff from text messages from 2013, what do they have? We don't even know. You know what I'm saying? So that's another point. We don't even know what they really got. They can have all types of things on that audio. When they reveal it, we're gonna be like, like we probably won't even know. Everybody's saying he wasn't nothing. He could really be about that. Hey, shout to the UK. Shout June Nolan. Right, they've been watching for a hot minute, and that put him in this situation. But see, that's the similarities I was making between Tentacion and him, because yeah, we can see that they're getting 6ix9ine on this, but yeah, you couldn't get dirt on anyone that way. That in that way, yes. If you tried hard enough, possibly. It all depends where your source is coming from. You have to have some type of inside source that can confirm things. Like, I could never just sit here and be like, oh, you know, these cops are all corrupt or they're doing things, if I didn't have an inkling of what one specific person has done. If I have that information, then I can confirm that something wrong's happened in there. And even the cover-ups, when people are covering up different things, I can say something wrong's happening. Someone's covering something up. Without this type of information being confirmed, it can't be put out there like point blank, this is what's happening. And that's the problem with the way a lot of things are working. See, the thing with DJ Sunny girl, and now I know her name. You know, earlier I heard it and then I forgot it, but because it wasn't important, it was what she said. But she said she gave that to them a minute ago, but now they're saying she gave it to you. Doesn't matter when you gave it to them, you gave it to them. And I don't know if she was saying she got nothing for it, but why would you give it to them then? So if she accepted something, anything, could have been a gift. If you accepted anything from them for handing that to them, then yeah, they can say we got it from such and such. Because if you didn't sign no contract to say, look, You know, you can't mention it. But then again, you handed them intellectual property that, in my opinion, you had no business getting. You didn't have the right or the business getting that information without someone co-signing it. So now you tie each other up. Cleo, from what I understand, did not address them directly. That's a problem. I think that's messed up of her. She didn't address them directly when they used your son's information. She didn't do anything that made any type of sense to regret, and she really could have ran Pitchfork for that. Show me the credibility of my son signing off and someone signing off that you could use, and then use it to prove a character point about my son when he's deceased. Not only that, there's no court case held over him, and it's trying to say the court case that's happening and everything around it, and this evidence proves it. Really? Because I have some other videos that shows a different character of Geneva that I never knew. I don't have nothing against her, but when I seen that, I was like, wow. Yeah, I agree, Alicia. She did take a bunch of credit for naming the baby, right? You know, but sometimes when people are hurt, they handle things differently. They like to move forward and not think about it. That could be the mode she's in. We never know. Yeah, it couldn't, because that'll be double jeopardy. You can't do double jeopardy on a case, even to a person that's allegedly deceased. How are you going to do it? You're going to lock up the corpse, like, you know what I mean? That doesn't make sense. What are you actually going to do? But no, her releasing it, at the least, it should show her character. Your character should be apparent to everyone now, because you chose to try and take that angle on someone because they're gone, but weakness comes in. She was weak for doing that. I don't think I have no respect for the fact that happened that way. But, you know, everybody finds what they find to be legit. And if you ask certain people, they're the greatest in the world. I agree. I just would like to know if they personally received the autopsies and toxicology reports. That's all. Because there was funny business happening over in that lane. I really wasn't about that. And, you know, you can't control what's happening. You can't control how certain operate. But, you know, that's another topic. I don't even get into that part. It's a sad thing. I don't really rock that way. I don't really rock with that. You should have had respect for the family enough to give them those reports. Let us know if there was someone dirty. But the news did rush ahead and take DJ Sonny's video to Pitchfork and run it and say, oh, look at how he is. That was funny to me. That showed character that I don't think they wanted to show. Yeah, from what I read, the family of his dad's side are not here immediately because there was some type of issue where they couldn't be. I don't know that for detail for some of the same things you heard. Um, Even if you're doing a crime here in the US, that will happen. Like, you'll have to serve your time. You do get deported after you serve your time. They'll give you a certain amount of time and then they'll send you over if they can't get your paperwork right. So that's a normal thing. So I hear what you're saying, but yeah, that's a normal occurrence. They do that to people, and that's a way to try and get foreigners out of the country if they think that they're going to commit crimes and things. If you guys don't remember, about around the time of 2012, 2011, there was an increased number of immigrants that weren't of this country committing sexual assaults, and this literally led to a lot of deportations, a lot of prison sentences and things. But the problem was these people kept coming back to the United States after they get them out. So that's part of one of the things that Trump doesn't go into detail about why he wanted to do his wall. Not that it's right, but he tried to use that as the solution, which is wrong because that affects every American. But yes, that was part of the situation with immigration. And it's not just, even if we looked at the amount of people that were immigrants, the people who are citizens would by far outweigh the amount of people who are committing these crimes, because there's more of US citizens. Think about it. There's more US citizens. So if this is a normalized crime, this is happening a lot more than people want to speak up about. And that's what the issue was, and that's what they were refuting. But that's another subject, about politics and things. I don't mind talking politics, but it'll only be a subject you guys really want to talk about. But in my mind, I don't really put my energy into politics, because politics are what they are. And we can't change them. Even though we think we're going to change them, you got to understand it's set up a certain way to benefit. It's benefiting somebody. It's always benefiting somebody. It's never left at a level where politics is just going to benefit the people. It's benefiting someone above us, because that would give them the soft, warm heart to do something for the people. That's what my thoughts are. But I've been alternating Tekashi 6ix9ine. Honestly, let me keep it real. The reason I've been doing a mixture of Tekashi 6ix9ine, go check out my playlist. No, I do not have kids yet. I do not have kids yet. And that's from my knowledge. But the problem that's going on, and the reason I brought up Tekashi 6ix9ine was because I started the Tekashi 6ix9ine Chronicles. Go look at when my first video was. It was a minute ago. Hey, what's up, Makey? Yeah, it was a minute ago. And the reason I did that was because I saw something was going to happen. With his violent fueled verse lyrics, with the way he hits the track and how he behaves, I saw something that was about to happen. Whether it was now, whether it was later, I seen something coming, because you can't make your music highly fueled, everyone's listening to it, and there not be some level of hate or turmoil going on around you. It's the type of music you're making that told me this. It didn't have to do with the fact, oh, he's Tekashi or nothing like that. It was the type of music he was making. And I understood that. And I understood that we live in a violent society. So violence can only be fueled by more violence if you're going to speak that into it's. Here's what I say. Let me put it this simple. It's speaking death to a dying generation. That's all it is. If I'm speaking death to a dying generation, they're willing to accept what I'm saying. Matter of fact, some of them, they may live out everything I'm saying. And I just don't think that's appropriate. If we want to procreate to make scholars and people who are doing something, even if people who are creative, how can you be creative if you have music blasting in your ear and someone jumping across the room? Like, you know what I mean? It's a time and place for it. But it's hard for the newer generations to separate that. So now they take that and they make that into their life. And they're like, well, I could do the same thing, because they don't see anything happening to these rappers for talking about what they're talking about. But not is literally showing a situation where he's paying the piper for it. And that's helping to show that you do pay a price for it. And, if anything is showing them, it's like, look, guys, you can be in this situation for doing these type of things. That's the only respect I give to the situation in a positive note. That is teaching you don't want to live your life like Tekashi, even though he has all this money. But look at what's happening. His management is turning on him. He's literally in court facing major football numbers. It's all the bad things that no one wants in their life. And that's what he gained from all of the fame, all the money, all the women, off of the fast life. It doesn't matter if you're in a rap game. It doesn't matter if you're living normal life. You gain your ending. That's what this shows us. Like every fairy tale, it ends in a certain way where someone sees, oh, that person has changed. That person has become a better person to some extent. But we see the ending to these type of guys' lifestyles as the worst ending every single time. Doesn't matter how many years it takes. Even if I look at some superstars who lived everything out, they seem to be getting hit every single moment by some type of issue, some type of tragedy. We see that there's a tragedy that follows them. So it teaches you why are we role modeling rappers and people who are bragging about their things in their life when we should be role modeling a lawyer, a doctor, It doesn't matter how much money you make. An entrepreneur, someone who can make their money and live their life in peace, make their money and live to see their money through to their family. Those are the people who are role models. Those are the heroes. Those are the people who don't get recognition. Here's what I think. If I don't care how much money you made, if you worked all your life and you work to, let's say you work to retire or do something, why aren't you assured you get at least $500,000? Once you finish living your life, you should just get handed $500,000 because you were the one that made the sacrifice to get up every single day. You're one of the normal, everyday working people in this capitalist society. If I work this many years, this job should take all that money I made, help them make, and fund for me to walk away with $500,000 every time. Because I know at least with that, I can make investments. I can make certain decisions to keep my money flowing. And even if I have a fall off in an investment, well, I have money to fall back on 100%. I think that would be fair to the working person who says, oh yeah, I work for 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. Why not? You're taking care of your family. You know, you're there for your family. You're doing what you got to do. Why don't you get the recognition at the end of your work life? Except those are the people who have to figure out how they're going to make a living when they retire. Those are the people figuring out what they have to do. I just watched 3 separate rappers drop over $250,000 on a chain, something to put around your neck, a item to put around your neck. Think about that. There's someone starving who needs $5 to eat. You spent $250,000 to put around your neck. And no shame in it. Oh, I got it. I got it. Is that how society should be? Is that how society should be? Someone tell me if I'm wrong. Does that make any sense? Even in a capitalist society, I should have my child growing up spending money for your music album so you can put a $500,000 chain on your neck to look like a clown on a stage, dancing around, shining, talking about how you F more women than me, or you make more money than me, you got better cars than me, you got more houses than I'll ever have. That's what I should pay for. How dumb does that sound? They don't. You're right. They don't invest nothing. They just play with their money. Play with it. When I thought about it, objectively, he showed a bank account with 1.7 million. 1.7 million. How many of you could take 1.7 million and never need money again in your life? You could take investments and make investments to change millions of lives with that money. Millions of lives. Yet that's sitting in the bank account. And then I just watch you spend $500,000 on a chain. It's dummy mode. It's dummy mode. And that's what they want us to raise, a bunch of dummies. But if I did have a kid, in answer to you, they would not think that way. I'm sorry. I can't. It's dumb. It's dummy mode. They want me to create dummies. They want us to be dumb. Then they want racial division. When, in honest, as a black man speaking, I have a race linked to me that is headed for destruction. We are genocide, pure genocide. And that's just fact. It's a fact. We're genociding each other. Oh, because you got more money in your pocket than me. Oh, because I'm hurt and don't want to work a job. Oh, because I made a choice back then, but I don't want to work hard to get back to where I was now. Because people don't want to put in the hard work. That's why we suffer. That makes no sense to me. It's senseless. And yeah, aside from that, let me see. Shout to Betty Simmons. I had to see that again. It went off the screen. You're right. Here's my thing. We are committing genocide. That's a fact. But I hate when people add a race to the policing that is racist. It's not. I'm going to tell you right now. In my struggle and issue, I've had more Caucasian cops have my back, thank you, in situations. But then if I seen an African American cop, he has been all over me in certain situations versus the Caucasian cop. Like he has something to prove. See, that's the problem. And his mentality comes from the same raising as I see in those who are in the the lovers of the music industry. Let me tell you a real story real quick. I'm gonna tell you a real story. One time I got caught with a friend. This was like maybe, let me see, 10 years ago, 11 years ago. I got caught with a friend named Wes. And we got put in the back of the car because he had some concerns in the situation. He turned on, okay, he was arresting us, right? He turned on a song with J.R. Ryder. And that was the song he turned on. That was saying all types of things. It was a culture shock for me. And not only was he in the car, he was blasting it. And I'm like, how are you putting cuffs on me, but you're playing this song that we listen to? And it really was a culture shock. And this cop wasn't Caucasian. It was literally like, I don't know whether he was Dominican or he was black. I couldn't tell. But he was blasting this song, taking us to a precinct. Really? And I remember your name. Because you want to know what? You want to know why I remember his name? Because there was a couple of times he sat outside of my then house where I was, just sitting outside of there. And then when I come out and see him, he slowly drive off. I don't know what that was about. That was my first experience with the abuse of authority. And I remember him like it's yesterday. So if he's watching, if people know him, if I see you, you would know, I know you, you know me, just like that. That's simple. That's when it really was a culture shock to me. Like, wait, it's not just a certain race to the prejudice of police. It is police who go with a chip on their shoulder. Have you ever heard the phrase a chip on your shoulder? That is what a lot of cops go to work with. Why is that so hard to think? Think of your life and how hard it is in working. That is a job too. So how doesn't he go to work with a chip on his shoulder? Really? And they're out here arresting us for what? Someone tell me from happy holidays, guys. Someone tell me this too. And this is what I need to understand. Do police officers, they put a live gun filled with bullets on their hip. Do they get tested weekly? And I mean drug tested weekly. So you're saying because there's not a weekly test, it could chance that he had a rough week and he decided to roll up a joint, or he decided to take a line, but he's at work with a service pistol? That's not possible. Someone tell me that's impossible, please. Tell me that's impossible. And then I have a friend get shot, or they sick a dog on someone, and they're all good. They're all good to go. You don't think that the brotherhood would prevent them from facing the same damnation that anyone in a normal situation would face? Let's be real. And they know I'm right. That is why if they're on here, they hate. They know I'm right. You know I'm right. And here's what's crazy. I can point some of you out who I know because of who you're affiliated with that can't keep their mouth closed at the favors you do for them. That's what's crazy. And then I'm supposed to watch you arrest my friends when I know for a fact that you guys are doing the most on the backside. I'm supposed to respect you because of that. Well, let me put it this way. That's why there's a new series that's coming. I'm waiting for it. I'm going to see what they do, how they act. And there's a new series that's going to come. And it's going to hold no punches. And here's what I'm going to say. From any series I did, I could promise you this series is going to deal with all of you. All the policemen that are doing this, it's going to deal with you. It is. It's going to fix the problem. That's all you need to know. It's going to fix the problem. What else? Hey, what's up, Zach Owens? You know, the system has corruptions, but capitalism is good. Capitalism is the best part. It's because, for instance, Betty, say Like right now, I can tell you're a prestigious woman. Say that you were some type of doctor and you had your degrees. There is no way on earth they should take what you have worked hard to earn and split it with anyone. Why? Why? They didn't go through the knowledge you did. They didn't go through them tough days and working you did. Why should you split it with me? What do you gain from that? What, that doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? Not saying that what you're saying, babe. I'm just saying, right, you earned it. And that is the problem. Here's where corruption comes in. It's when someone gets put in the authority that didn't earn it. It's when they didn't earn it. It's not the people that earned it. Matter of fact, the people that didn't earn it and that say fictitious, fallacious things about someone to bring them down, they themselves should be charged after. Matter of fact, if they did that to bring you down out of your position in some way, shape, or form, and they did it to your character in a very disrespectful way, such as using, like, say they're saying things like about your character directly, slandering you. They should have to pay for saying that. They shouldn't just be able to say that, then go on with their life, because stuff can be said about them. That's partly why, as a YouTuber, I put everything out there in the front. Like when they were asking questions, saying things, that's why I put everything out there. When they asked me questions about myself, what I did, I always kept it up front, because if I'm going to target somebody and speak about something that happened, I'm going to do it in a righteous manner. I'm not going to do it in a manner that's going to sully myself. But me being sullied in situations and people saying things about my character and different things in a prestigious professional level, faking things, doing different things, that's how I learned from it. You get what I'm saying? I saw how they were, and I said, I never want to be that type of person. I said, yeah, I never want to be that type of person. The reason I said the oink oink thing is because there's a special part of Texas I go to where they have a saying called oink oink bang bang. And it was crazy. And you can open carry in Texas, everybody locked and loaded. Everybody locked and loaded. Like, these policemen were riding around and they kept it pushing. Like, I mean, dude jaywalked with the shotgun on his arm. He just looked at him and kept riding. But down there, they're not worried about that little stuff. They're not. They were focused on the real crimes. Here on the East Coast over here, these guys would do anything to get an extended lunch sometimes. Like, that's how serious it is. Show up anywhere just because they say, oh, there's somebody out here. It looks funny. You guys you saw how weird it was when I was in front of Wise Market and the dude tried to stand up and say something. You saw it. I don't have to tell you. You saw it. You saw how they were acting. So I don't even have to talk about that part. And I was just out there speaking. He lied. You see how he lied up front? He said, you're cursing and yelling. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. He tried to justify him to violate me in a way, whether he called the cops or tried to take matters into his own hands. He tried to build the justification to violate. That's what we must fight against. Yeah, I believe so. I believe so. And I bet there's crime, but there's not as much crime. That guy was trying to violate me. I never even seen it. And here's what's crazy, y'all. Till this day, I've been out there every day faithfully. Never even seen him again. Never seen him again. When I went into the store, couldn't find him. Was he a plant? Was he a fake employee? I couldn't find him. I couldn't find him. I went looking for him. I asked her to call him up to the front. But listen, let me tell y'all something real quick. If you ever have an encounter like that, the first thing you do is call the corporate. Here's why. Because the reason you call corporate is if they find you somewhere again near the place and they just call the cops and make something up, if you don't have anything down on paper, it will be bad. You could get banned from the premise and get arrested unless you come back there until you sue. So you must call the corporate office regardless if you want to get them fired or not. Call corporate office and say to them, look, I was out here, they said this, I didn't do that. I didn't do it. That's all you have to do. And if you work it that way, you will be fine. Trust me. I had them see the video. I told them I had video for the previous 5 months every day I was out there. So if they want to check if I've ever done anything, they can. They co-sign me because I don't play around with it. I always have the video. I always have something to show. I'm not doing what you say. And that's not my issue. If you want to hold something against me because of my character, I also spoke with the store manager, got it straight with him, let him know what was up. See, I don't play around. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. I'm going to go to the higher ups. And if they want to co-sign you, we could take it further. Yeah, he did say effing weirdo. But here's the thing. Here's why you handle it calmly. Let me explain it. He ended up doing everything he said I did. He ended up doing everything he said I did. That's why I wasn't worried. Because that's the problem. You're going to show your true colors. I don't have to wild out. No different than the YouTubers. No different than the YouTubers who's mentioning me but not saying my name. You ended up doing everything I said you do without me saying a thing. And I just said it because I want you to say my name. That'll bring the viewers and that'll bring the stuff that you don't want. I know you don't want to. But that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, he was mad. He was mad. No, I have not received threats in that manner. I will tell you the threats I have received from your favorite witnesses, telling me not to mention a friend's name, then random people hit me up. What's crazy is they threaten a lot of other people, but I haven't received threats. And you want to know why that's smart? Is because I know how I'm going to handle it, but they don't. And if they did, they'd be in danger. That's all I can say about it. That's all I can say about it. I'm going to leave it at that. If you made some type of fallacious threat or something, and you think that because you're somewhere else, you'd be in danger, it wouldn't change. It's not the streets. It's not the streets. See, that's the problem. When you see this type of hate and things happening, it's not the streets. There is an organization or an entity behind the disassociation and disenfranchisement of people. There's no greater entity, or so put it this way. Even if sometimes you think the cops are harassing you, you have to think to yourself, what is being said to them beforehand for them to even approach you in the way they do? There's definitely some type of inspiration to do so. Don't ever think something's by random. There is a mentality, a thought. He could have had a bad day. There's always a reason behind something. It's never just at random. So they're going to approach you after 2 months of seeing you be around. You get what I'm saying? There's something that makes them choose and feel safe to do so. Same thing with people who threaten and do those type of things. And yes, I do have sources and different people, other people that have come face to face with these type of people. My only thing is they never gave me the information in which this person did it to them. See, all I need is a little bit of the information in which this person did that to you, and it's over. So they actually looked out for the harassers. That was part of it, you know, because ignorance is not just to one race of person. That's my thing. It's not just to one race of person. Ignorance is to the working man and woman, honestly. Look at how these rappers are getting up saying whatever they want on the track. And then nothing even happens to them until it's some big case. Really? Really? And these dudes are holding on millions and they're still doing that? Listen, to any of you who gain money, please operate a certain way that makes sense. Don't live your life to impress people, to do things like that, like the chain, the clothes. Live your life for your family. That's how you get to the future. Provide for your family. That's what it is. That's what this YouTube is to me. I'm building a fan base. Yes, I'm building TheCzarr Rice Reserve. It's ultimately to provide to my viewers and family.
to provide sources where we can link up, do business, and I can help us all prosper in life. It doesn't make no sense to ball out with a $250,000 chain, and there's someone that can't eat for a night. I think that. I'm sorry. There's nothing in my mind that's gonna make me say that's so smart. Oh, he's a genius. Oh, he's so smart for that. No, that's so dumb. That's probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Literally, I can't offhand, I can't think of anything dumber than that. Oh, let me get these $700 shoes because I can afford it. What? Let me go get these $50 shoes and have 650 in my pocket to go shop and do the things I need to do. Isn't that more sensible? Shout out Texas. I think that's more sensible, in my opinion. I, that's just my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I'm dumb for saying that. It's my opinion. If you're a rap enthusiast, you may find it dope, but when I see rappers and different things, especially the youngest rappers, see, but that's why I had a pure respect for Tentacion. He didn't do all that. He didn't do all that. He brought houses for his family. He invested his money. Yeah, he got the car. His car was less money than the chains I seen these rappers get. The chains. His car was less. And it was like the newest car. It makes my stomach hurt. Like, really? You gotta be kidding me. Shout the commenter nation and everyone that came into the room. I have a similar hat coming soon. Right now, I have one of my main business people. Hey, what's up, Monica? Excuse me. One of my main business people working on my side is dealing business right now with not only an affiliate that makes my hats and stuff, but shout to Cash. She's also dealing with things that are going to be in the future. Shout to every newspaper in New York. You're soon going to see Czarr Rights Reserve all over New York, everywhere in New York. There will be T-shirts. There will be stuff. She's there talking that with the guy as we speak right now. She's probably not here on this live. If she is, she's talking to the guy doing business now as well. So there's going to be hats. Shout to Oregon. There's going to be hats, shirts. But right now she's also building the information that's going to go to a lot of the major newspapers and major outlets that deal in cities such as New York, Georgia, Florida, places like that. So this is a movement. It's not just me here talking for a purpose. That's nothingness. Actually, it's a real purpose. We ain't playing with it at all. Commenter Nation, the greatest nation since United Nations. We ain't playing with it at all. Shout to the hater, Star Troy Terrain. He's actually one of the individuals and one of the most impressionable people that I've dealt with that got me connected to make the Avi that you guys see on Czarr Rights Reserve and the picture image in the big one. So there's a lot I'm going to be doing. Yep. So Maya Orsko, you're soon going to see Czarr Rights Reserve in a lot of prominent newspaper releases. And I'm going to link up with them a little later and we're going to do major branding stuff. They're going to just push the brand. I'm very grateful for it. Yeah, the UK. I want to get up with the UK too. Like right now, I do have viewership there, but I would have to find a source and an outlet to release my information over there, so I get more accustomed to people that are over there and just different ways, different things, have conversations. Um, Start chopping it up with the right people. Excuse me, I am getting over a cold right now, but I feel much better. Actually, it's not a cold. I don't know if it's a Gemini thing or anything, but I have allergies. So every time the season changes, I get a runny nose and stuff. I can't explain it. It's like a groundhog. Every time the seasons change, I know it's happening. So I know it's gonna be cold. So when it was warmer, I started feeling this way, but now, the cold's setting in, so I'm starting to feel better because the seasons change. I don't know if it's some type of restart. I'm not sure. I'm gonna get a cut too. I'm just chilling, letting it rock out. Hard work. Hard work. Let the beard grow. Yeah, shout to the Netherlands. Monica's from the Netherlands. I knew that. Also, shout to Arabia Emirates. I think I'm saying that right. We could chop it up. Hit me up on my Twitter at sign capital ALL capital CZARR. Also, you can hit me up on my Instagram. Someone who has my Instagram name, you could give it to her. It's czarr.of.jaspera underscore yoga minds pro with a Z. You can hit me up there. I always receive messages there. I appreciate it, Monica. I don't give out my email. I don't do that because I'll tell y'all why. When I started this series, I was doing my email and I had a different email for business. Someone tried to hack my Outlook email, but I had the protections in place and it blocked them. And rule number one is on an Outlook, if someone tries to break into it and it blocks them, you don't go back into it. You leave it alone. And someone else taught me that. No, I am not a yogi, but I do have a store that deals with yoga products. So I link up with a lot of yogis and I plan as I grow to do business with them. Excuse me. Yeah, I plan to do business with them and keep in contact with them because it is just a market where a lot of more advertising and a lot of more branding can occur. And in the future, I plan to use their business as a branding opportunity. But yeah, I give out my social media because it's easier too. Quick communication. I can communicate real quick. You know. So yeah, I have different things coming. No, I don't know that guy. This is the first one, first ever live I did. Maybe not the first ever. Could have been earlier, but I really didn't know how to use it. I'll check out some Vicks. Yeah, but I don't plan for it to be the last. This was just the first one I did since I've been doing so many uploads. So hopefully I still get to upload one. I'll see how I do a little later. But I do have some more information concerning Deidre D. Williams' grant request for 30K and ins and outs. It's some big time thing. Subscribe. Get more subscribers on here. The goal is to make it to 5K. I know I don't show my subs, but we're basically more than halfway there. So help me get to 5K, then it's 10K. So there you had it live. I told you. I'm halfway to 5K. Yeah, the one person tried to say I had 2.8 million. That's a lie. I don't got 2.8 million subs. Because I could tell you what, if I had 2.8 million subs, I would be doing live back to back, talking about different things, definitely giving information and talking more. I would have the time to. That's the thing. A lot of these YouTubers have the time to, but they don't put in the time because they're getting the money regardless.
I will explain it to you, but it is via a source I linked up with. It is a loophole in a regulation that is set in Florida that he's able to do this. Let me say this, his defense lawyer, he's the truth. I looked up what someone told me, and there's a loophole where he can request these grants and the judge can't really deny it. The prosecutor's mad because the judge can't deny it. But let me say this. I don't know what all he had to do with it, but of everyone I've seen involved, he is on a mission to show that he wasn't the only one in on this. So whoever's involved, as his grants are requested, he is going to get these guys. I can tell you, he's going to get these guys. Trust me. The way it's working, and from what I'm seeing, he himself is pulling in some of the best investigators in Florida. I repeat, he himself and what he's doing is pulling in some of the best investigators in Florida. This is going to get solved. I don't know who thought it wasn't going to get solved. This is going to get solved. So everyone who wanted to see justice, trust me, it's about to go down. If you guys say in a club it's lit, it's lit. It is lit on the low, and it ain't even talking that much. It's on the low. These guys ain't playing around at all. They're not playing. They're not letting people walk away with Tentacion's life without putting up a fight to say we got you. They ain't playing games. They're making up for every mistake Broward County made. They're not going to let it slide. They're putting in work. And honestly, I know it's kind of scary, but I don't know if Diedrich had a coming to terms moment. Like, I'm going to face the music. I'm just not going to do it alone. And get this, it's not that I know of any information saying he's snitching, but him getting these grants are getting the people who's getting the problems. They're getting these guys. You know, I'm not saying he's not, maybe, but his requests for the grants are getting the people who are going to get these guys. This team's name is I'm going to get you suckers. So whenever I'm saying I'm going to get you suckers, I'm talking about that team. They are going to get you suckers, and they ain't playing. They are not playing. These dudes are all well versed, well schooled in the arts of investigation. Hey man, it's lit. and these guys ain't playing. I'm who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that there is. So Diedrich D. Williams was confirmed for a $10,000 grant to get investigation help. Now his lawyer and him are requesting another $30,000 to get the help, more help. And none of these dudes is playing. Like, it's like they take this money and they're getting these suckers, period. You know how somebody that sells may make a move, bust a move, and be dancing? Well, I can tell you this right now. Dancing. They're dancing, and they're dancing on people. And I don't see them letting it slide. Because here's my thing. Diedrich already knows he's going to face some time because of whatever involvement they're trying to link him to. So he's saying, look, and if he gets the right people, he may show an angle that shows he is not the man for it. He may show an angle to show that he's not the guy. That's what it is. You know. Let me see where we at. You know, I'm a little past the time that I said I'd do live. I'm about to
Um, let this one go, and I'm gonna get up here and begin working on this next video in a while. Yes, no salute. Thank you everybody for showing up. What I'll do is I'll try and find another time where I can get on live and you guys can write questions down, ask me. I released one video. I'm gonna let this drop too. Right now, I'm just listening to witnesses, suspects, and sources. I'm not really looking at anyone else around the scenes. If they're not trying to do what we're doing here, or speaking on it like we are, I'm not aiming to pull their name in. I'm just strictly looking at what these other guys are doing. Get ready for the hats. You know how I rock. Get ready for the hats. Everything. Thank you, Subna. Definitely. I'm gonna definitely keep putting work in. Yeah, I'll have a hat that you guys are able to get. Yeah, I have a hat. We're gonna keep it lit. We're gonna keep things going. We're gonna keep the series lit. Yep. Check community. Check the community section. I'm gonna always have there. Some days I'll have lovely TV. Lovely TTV. Excuse me. Shout to her. I'm gonna have some of her videos there as she goes through talking about different situations. So subscribe to her, support her, and then I'm gonna let you guys poll on different things you want to talk about, and I'll poll and let you know. Well, not poll. I'll inform you on when I'm going to be doing lives, and I'll give you the time frame. I'll give you the time frame on what I have going on, so you guys can keep up with that. You know, I got a lot of things on my plate, but things are falling into place, and just like say when turmoil and stuff builds up, even in life, I turn up. You got to turn up. Always turn up. Always turn up. You know what I mean? Yeah, sub the lovely TTV. Subscribe to my channel. I have a lot more coming out. You're going to see different ads for me rolling on your favorite channels like World Star Hip Hop and stuff as well. I'm going to be having ads rolling out and different things. I did for a little while, for a week and some. Some of my videos are going to be running, but you'll see that. Some new things I'm trying. Shout to the Real Dana. Go subscribe to the Real Dana's channel. It's the Real Dana, Dana. Go subscribe to her channel. Go subscribe to all my iconic channels. Go to my channel, look at iconic channels, subscribe to all of them. They're all good channels. Right now, the Czarr report on my iconic channel is probably about to hit live. Go over to his live, check out what he has to say. Another place I go and learn. Do you think 6ix9ine will end up getting on? I did get asked that earlier. I'll answer that real quick. It's very objective. Now that a confidential informant has came forward, that I don't know. It depends what he knows and if he had a wire on. If he had a wire on and it heard certain things, it's going to be impossible almost. Because even if he says it wasn't him, they can do audio matching to the voice and it could prove it. And there's no way to change your vocals like that. So if they do a voice matching system along with this confidential informant's word, and if he had a wire on, that's you get hit 3 times. Oh, I thought I answered that. No, I haven't. What you mean outside of it? Oh no, yeah, I did. Nah, But yeah, that's what it is right now. So going forward, I think he should be more worried about his family because these guys allegedly have over $20 million somehow. That's what it's allegedly, and his family's free. So that's the first thing. Because if they think he's the one that's gonna prove it, you know what I mean? It could be dangerous. But I'm gonna let this live drop and then I'm gonna go into it. Hopefully tomorrow or throughout the week later sometime I can catch you guys live again. I might start doing that in the Starbucks setting instead of going outside because they go a little crazy sometimes. This might be a new method I use as well as upload videos so we can conversate fully and I can talk to you guys. Yeah, it's cold here too. All right, I'm gonna rock with you guys. Thank you for rocking with the channel. You know what it is. Hats coming soon, shirts coming soon. All rights reserved.